ladies and gentlemen. These are more seasoned comedians and they have more flying hours, you may say. They have more hours in their experience, so they have more time. Open micers will be given 3 until 5 minutes. Openers will be given 7 till 10 minutes. And there will be each 4 openers and 4 open micers. And of course, lastly, headliners will be the most experienced. These are the guys and the comedians that have performed in many, many stages, national, regional, and international scale, right? And that is why they're here to end the show. So we are going to end the show with a high. Now, before we start, allow me to explain what is Comeng. Comeng is basically an online community because of COVID. Yes. If COVID doesn't happen, then we are going to be an offline community in Surabaya. But because of COVID and we have nothing else to do, here we are right now, right? At least we are being productive, aren't we? Hey, things could have been a lot worse than this. Now, thank you for joining in. And as you can see, most of the performers and comedians and audience actually are Toastmasters, right? So we have a lot of public speaking experience in our roster. However, tonight is not a Toastmaster session. Tonight is a stand-up comedy session, meaning nothing is prohibited when you're trying to say something in your comedy, in your set. So, right, politics is okay, religion is okay, sex is okay, and I think some people are really eager to talk about sex, particularly this evening, right? So be prepared for some outlandish shit, right? Because that's going to happen. But don't worry, we are going to try our best to make it funny. Before we start, again, I would like to echo what Danny said. Yeah, please turn off your microphones and also turn off anything that might disturb the performances. Now, thank you very much. We are going to go into our first performer in our first segment. The open mic is starting now, and I would like to introduce our first comedian. No, so the first open micers, actually, she's not in Indonesia. At this moment, we are having audience from different parts of the universe. We got people from USA. Hello, how are you? Okay, congratulations, Joe Biden got elected. Woo! You can stop pretending you're Canadians now. Yeah, you can be America again. And then we have people from UK, right? Even though they're Brexit, they're in it now. Here. And we have people from Medan. Hello. I like your cookies, right? Not the crime rate. It's kind of scary. Now, we have people from Surabaya. These people with the most interesting dialect in the whole of Java, and also temperature. And people from Jakarta, naturally. People from Hong Kong and Taiwan. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Woo, woo. Now, also Malaysia and Bali. Yes, I'm the only one from Bali, but hey, I count. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to start with the open mic. The first open micer, she's in United States of America. It's actually 7 a.m. there, but she's already up and proper for the comedy. Let's welcome all the way from United States, 7 a.m. Saturday, and she's here because at that time, all her children are asleep. That's why she's here now. Let's welcome Jumai.
Woohoo! Hi, good morning. Before I start, forgive me if I keep doing this because I have to admit some guests to the room. So anyway, good morning from Midwest America. I'm Jumai. I'm Chinese, and I'm a very proud Chipo. So, they say women is the most indecisive creature, especially if you ask, hey, where do you want to eat? A lot of women will say, I don't know. I don't know. No, me, I have no problem deciding where to eat. I'm such a cheapo. Somebody asked that, hey, Jumai, where do you want to eat? My first answer would be, who's paying? You? Anywhere's good, as long as you're paying. Oh, we're going Dutch. We're splitting the bills, paying ourselves. Well, let's find the place that has the best discount or cashback, or better yet, discount and cashback combo. That's how cheap I am. I don't care where it is as long as I have the food. And this term going Dutch. Um, I just found out that the reason it says going Dutch if you split the bill is because apparently Dutch people are famous being also a cheapo. It's like that. I don't think that's right because I think well Indian also famous being cheapo, but I don't think they can beat Chinese. Think about it. If you're going to Dutch, the European, most European will still buy expensive goods as long as it's good quality. Indian apparently famous for buying knockoff and fake goods. Guess who make them and make profit out of them? The Chinese. So instead of saying going Dutch, maybe next time we'll say, oh, we're going Chinese. We're splitting the bill. We're going Chinese. I think that's a better term. And I'm a proud mom and a proud cheapo. I'm so cheap that my kids' lunchbox, uh, definitely not too expensive Marvel, Spider-Man, or Barbie lunchbox. No, that's too expensive. My kids' lunchbox, not even those fake Tupperware, the one that made in somewhere in Indonesia in Sidoarjo. No, that's I still have to buy that. No, my kids' lunchbox is a old used ice cream box. It's free. So yeah, that's how cheap I am. And I'm so cheap that um last Halloween is actually my first time Halloween for my kids in US. So of course, I'm gonna let them go trick and treating. Wouldn't. It's free candy. Free candy, everybody. Is a wet dream for every cheapo. And when I sent them out for trick or treating, I didn't buy them expensive, cute, little nice pumpkin shaped bags. No, I have a lot of Walmart plastic bags. They're using that. And once they finish, take all the candies out. Those bags are for trash, to put your trash in. And after it's all done and said, I start counting the candy and start selling them. See, free candy and you sell them. What's best for a cheapo? It's not just a wet dream. It's practically an orgy. And well, I'm such a proud cheapo, and I'm so happy being cheapo. I told my family, my husband, when I die, when people come to my funeral, tell them it's a potluck event. We're not feeding them. That will be a waste of money. It's potluck event. That way, hopefully, when the funeral is over, my family can sell the food and then, or at least, have enough food for days and days ahead. See, don't waste money. And I also told my family, hey, I thought when I die, don't bury me, don't cremate me. Do you have any idea how expensive it is to buy cemetery plot these days? You can buy a new house. And cremation is also not cheap. So I told them, sell my organ and my body. Sell them to the highest bidder. Every single cell. Sell my hair to become wigs. Sell my eyes, anything. Besides, I'm Chinese. Doing this, that means I can finally can legally sell my organ and body instead of illegally. So, and also told my family, since I'm Chinese, I told them, every year on Chengbing or Tomb Sweeping Day, don't ever bother buying hell money and burning them. That's really a big waste of money. No, don't worry. Don't worry. Up in there, I will sell my soul to the highest bidder. I don't care. Heaven, hell, as long as they're paying the highest money that I wanted, I'll sell my soul. That way, I will have enough money, enough hell money to last me until eternity. Long live Chipo. Thank you so much. Good morning again from Midwest America.
Thank you for unmuting me. I was waiting for that. I was like, did somebody try to censor me? What? In my own community? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Jumai. All right. If you have those applause emoticons, you can give that to Jumai. Some applause emoticons. All right. She's a proud cheapo. But what I can't believe from Juma is that this is the first time I heard a mother said children, candy, and orgy in the same sentence. I was like, whoa, what? That's new. And also she said that in America, it's okay for you to say, let's go Dutch. Yes, you can say that in America. If you say in Indonesia, hey, you know what? Let's go Dutch. I was like, again? The last time was horrible. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go into our second open micer. It will be a real gem to have her because she is recently married. So it will be a total gem to have her, and she is going to tell you all about it. Please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Zilpha Boaz.
Thank you so much, Reggie. Hello, everyone. My name is Silva, if you don't know, and I love being in a romantic relationship so much that throughout all my relationships, I was never the one to do the dumping. In my university years, everyone was busy having a date. I was busy too. Busy thinking on how to make a guy wanna date me. So when someone asked me out, I said to myself, yes, finally, the wait is over. I can be officially graduated from a single academy. But I didn't say yes in the first place. I was not that cheap, or I thought so. I learned from the book called How to Understand Men 101. Let make him wait for a little while, make them curious and challenged. Men love challenges, don't they? Catch me if you can, I said. If you cannot meet my standards, then you better just find others. And they did. Well, as a bright student, true story, not to brag, I applied my academic score to my love life. And I have to say that my love life is straight A. Perfect score. Perfect 10. 10 out of 10 of my exes dumped me. Like my study in semester basis, I used to have a biannual relationship. I mean, my exes left me every 6 months. True story. Even the last guy ended our relationship through email. Yes, the problem was not that I got dumped through email, but he was using Yahoo Mail. Can you imagine exactly how prehistoric and ancient that guy is? In the email, he wrote that Silva, you're too good for me, which is true. And I think you'll be happier without me, which is true also. Which we all can conclude easily that the real reason was that he had an affair. Obviously, all girls know this. It's like science for us. If a guy praises us too much, that only means that they are trying to compensate for something else. When are you going to get married? I got asked that a lot by almost everyone, trust me. Everyone asked me that. Everyone except two of my faithful friends, my cats and my dogs. So after my last breakup with that Yahoo guy, I decided to meet my parents in Malang for sort of meditation. Well, I call it meditation, but actually it's more like, I got dumped again. I lost weight due to depression. I was 38 kilos only, literally skin and bones. And look at me now, still the same. So when my neighbors saw me, they asked my mom, "Hey, what happened with your daughter? Is she using drugs?" My mom calmly answered, "No, her boyfriend left her. So you know, it's worse than drugs." Long story short, so I finally met someone, the love of my life, at the most romantic place that every girl could only dream of: funeral. So I was invited to a friend's of a family's funeral, and that's where I found him, the son of the deceased. So I did not only meet him, but also his dead father. And the funeral was actually the best offline event that I ever had in 6 months. And one day after the funeral, he asked me out. So indecent. Ugh. I mean, he should still be mourning, right? One day after his dad passed away and he's already hitting on someone? The nerve! So I said yes. Even before he finished the sentence, I said yes. He's like, "Hey, do you want to?" "Yes, yes, please ask me out, please. Yes, take me anywhere, anyone, please. I don't care. Even if it takes me for a day to a cemetery, I don't care." But afterwards, we went out a lot, I tell you, a lot, like 2 times. And people started to ask, "Oh, who's that guy? How did you meet? You seem to stay single forever, right?" Well, I guess the line between caring and noisy or capo is very thin as my body. So I got so sick and tired of people expecting me to get married soon that I spent too long of being single because they were right. So after 6 months since we first met, we got married. Somebody finally put a ring on this finger. Let me tell you something. Being married is so good. First, my money is still mine. His money is mine also. And I pay less tax. Well, I save 4.5 million rupees, or equal to 300 bucks a year. I cheap, I know. And I'm lucky to have found someone, a husband, that as cheap as me. Anything to pay less tax. Getting married? Let's do it. Let's go. Hey, for 300 bucks, I can get meatball and laksa as much as I like. To me, marriage can be heaven or hell, depending on whom you're married with. In my case, I love my husband so much, especially his personality. Personal house, personal car, personal bank accounts. So my message to you all, to single men, women, or married ones, you can consider to stay single or married based on my personal experience. Trust me, been there, done that. And I'm telling you, it is worth it. I can say this because now I know marriage after getting married for 2 weeks.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Zilpha. Yes, I gotta agree. You know, the best place to meet men is in funeral because they're dead. Now, what you really met your husband in the funeral?
Yeah, I kid you not. Yes.
He's the son of the deceased guy.
Yeah, so indecent, you know.
I mean, like he's like, oh, so sad. My dad is dead. Hey, who's that? Ooh, hello.
Okay, let's have a date. Like,
Exactly. That just explains boys. You know, we are easily distracted that much. But I'm glad
cheap,
that
I know.
you found your soulmate in the most unlikely place. But hey, he put a ring on your finger. Yeah. Congratulations, Zilpha, for the wedding and also for your performance. That was the first time for Zilpha, ladies and gentlemen, like ever. And she did not do a bad job, right? How about that? Okay, congratulations, Zilpha. You should feel great about yourself. That was kick-ass. Now, speaking about getting married, we have like newlywed Silva. Our next open micer is not as much as a newlywed. He's an old wed. In fact, he has been married for a long time that the marriage started to mold. But he's going to tell you all about it by himself. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our next open micer, Mr. Yusuf Chandra.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Ucup. I am Sundanese. As you can see, I come from Bandung. I've got a Chinese look eyes and a very sexy, thick African lips. All my friends make fun of my thick lips. They said, your lips look like Angelina Jolie's. I know they are just jealous of me because I am married, ladies and gentlemen. I love being married. So it is so great to find someone to make fun of, to annoy her the whole life. Ladies and gentlemen, on our anniversary day, I asked her, darling, where would you like to go this anniversary? And what she said, oh, sweetheart, I want to go somewhere I've never ever been for a long, long time. That's easy. Let's go now. Now, she said, yes. I took her to the kitchen. This is the place where you have never been for a long, long time. Ladies and gentlemen, I know she hates cooking, but that evening, I smelled something was burning for dinner. So I tried to check it out. And it turned out that she was burning all my belongings. Oh my God. That's my wife. My wife is so stupid. She's not that smart. Oh, she's not here. Once I told my wife, darling, our kids were spoiled. And what did she say? No problem, honey. All kids smell the same. Kids are kids. And one of my sons said, Daddy, how much does it cost to get married? I said, what? To get married? I don't know, son. I am still paying until now. Actually, I was married by force by your grandfather. At that time, I was forced to get married or went to prison. And it was a wrong choice. I got married. If I went to prison, my son, today, exactly today, I would have been out of prison. Do you know what is the difference between being with my wife and being in prison? My son said, no, Dad. Better food, honey. Ladies and gentlemen, my wife is a light eater. A light eater. Can you imagine that? She will start eating whenever the light is on. So you can imagine how slim she is. Once It was raining 3 days and 3 nights without stopping. And my wife is in depression. She is standing and looking out of the windows. And if the rain doesn't stop tomorrow, I will let her in. Thank you very much. Back to you.
Give it up for Mr. Yusuf Chandra, everybody. Yes, yes. We know definitely he's not gonna go home this night. Nap, nap. Not with that jokes. No, no, no. Any of you also curious how come that Mr. Chandra was actually going to jail? I was like, what? Did he kill somebody? The option is either like going to trial or marry somebody. Okay, does Mr. Chandra look like a serial killer for you? I mean, for me, totally yes. I can see the reason exactly why he's going to prison. And I was laughing my ass out throughout his jokes, not because only of his jokes, but because I was looking at Zilfa, Fatia's, and Yanni Mok's face. They were like, what? What the hell? Okay, now we are going to proceed into our last open mic. Before I go into the last open mic, I would like to thank you for the people that have joined us. I know that we had some technical issue with the link. So if you found your way, congratulations, you're the chosen few. And also, I have to say that our composition of comedians this night is very good because I just realized this myself, right? For every 2 men in the roster, we have 2 girls. How about that? It's equality. Woo! And believe me, in the comedy world, it's very hard to find female comedians that are funny. But I think tonight, at least Zilfa has proven that wrong. So let's see if the next comedian can also match that standard, which I'm sure she will. And yes, I'm giving you pressure. Let's welcome, ladies and gentlemen, the next roaster, Linda.
Yo, Rex, thank you for the pressure you gave me just now. Wow. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I was born in September. So it is safe to say my parents started New Year with a big bang. I told my mom about this joke and she said, meh, it was just a bang, not that big. I'm the first child in my family and I set a role model for my sibling. Role model of what not to follow. Because everything I do, I fail. Usually parents have conversation about gender when they are expecting for a child. My dad was like, I want to have a boy. Meanwhile, my mom said, no, a girl. And they both prayed at the same time. So I can imagine in their fun, the God is like, okay, this one wants a boy, this one wants a girl. You know what? I'm a nice guy. Let's combine. Boom, I happened. Because ladies and gentlemen, I am a combination of a girl and a boy. I mean, my look is totally like a girl, as you see, but deep inside, I'm a boy. The only difference between me and a boy is that at least I have boobs. Oh, wait. Oh, wait, I don't have any boobs, unfortunately. My very first memory of my childhood was on my 3rd birthday. My mom said, Linda, wake up. Hey, wake up, boy. We want to take some pictures. I won't open my eyes while string drooling from my lips and said, Ma, I am still sleepy. No. You must wake up now. And slap. I cried. And she was like, smile. Click. And I was like, this was my first picture of my third birthday. But she was like, good girl. Now you can go back to sleep. That was my very first memory as a child, you know. The freaking first memory I had was being abused. No wonder I'm a bit fucked up. Cuckoo. After school, I always went to my mom's workplace. I helped her every day, even though I was 4 at that time. And the only payment I've ever got was a stick of fake meatballs. You know, cilok. That's how Chinese parents get cheap labor, man. And living in poor family, my family is like any other poor family in this country. They fight frequently. My mom always complained to me, I hate my life. Why are we so poor? I hate your father. And I said, Mom, I'm 8. I don't understand any of that. You do not tell story that this crashed to your child. And I get slapped again. My parents were so poor. When we ate satay for dinner, we only ordered 10 satay and made sure that they gave us extra peanut sauce because the peanut sauce was the main dish. I only got 2 satay and that was the side dish. When I was 8, my mom told me to learn how to cook. Sweep the floor, wash and iron the whole family's clothes, and water her plants. She actually worried about my future, you know. That's why she prepared a job career for me. An elite housemaid with rupiah payment. I don't like wearing a skirt because wearing skirt is troublesome. And the guys like making fun of it. When the wind blows, it will fly around. And the guys will make fun of it by looking at the underwear. Wait. But I did not wear any underwear at that time. My attitude is like a guy. When I cry, I don't even cry like a girl. I cry like a boy. And you know, when boys cry, they have their snot going down. I have this ability to pull my snort just before they drop from my chin. And when I eat, I like to lift my leg up and eat with my hands. My mom said, Linda, don't do that. That is not very girly. And I said, Mom, this is that style, you know. And he is the role model in our family, isn't he? Are you saying it's not a good example? Well, that's what I learned from the Dutch in history lesson, ladies and gentlemen. Divide and conquer. This is me, AJ, signing off. Back to you, host Reggie.
Thank you very much, Linda or AJ. that was awesome. Wow. Thank you, Ral. That was woo. Anybody else has the ability to sniff in your snot just when they came out? Wow. Linda is basically a superhuman, with that kind of ability. She can beat Captain America. What? You can throw shield? Can you do this? See, he can do that. Excellent, excellent. Wow, that was great. What a great way to close our open mic session with that great performance. Give it up for Linda, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we are going to go into the next segment, which is the opener segment. And hi, Jumai's daughter. Hello, Jumai's daughter. Can you sniff in your snot just like Linda? Because that would be a great ability to impress your mom. Hey, how cute. See, Jumai should be an inspiration for all Chinese girls around the world. When you marry a bule, that's what you got. Look at how cute that girl is, right? When Chinese met a white guy, that's what's gonna happen. That is so cute, that girl. Anyway, let's move on. We are going to step into the opener session. Like I said, these comedians are more seasoned comedians. That's what they have. They have more time, 7 until 10 minutes. And we are going to start with a comedian from across the pond. She is not from Indonesia. She is from, I always forgot, Singapore or Malaysia?
Malaysia.
Thank you, Cheryl. She is from Malaysia, all the way from Malaysia. Please welcome Cheryl.
Thank you, Reggie. So, hi, everybody. How's lockdown treating you? Now, I really don't know why everybody has been complaining about working from home and all. I've been working from home and I enjoy it so much. You know what I enjoy most? The fact that I don't have to wear a bra. Guys, I haven't changed out of this pajamas for months. I've been just cruising around, letting them girls hang and not wearing the bra, letting them be free. I know what? I always complain when my parents ask me to go out and buy things because then I have to repackage my boobies in those tight push-ups. Like, why? Why? Yes, never mind the fact that my boobs nowadays look more like papayas than melons. At least they don't look like apples, but hey, apples are good if you like them apples, right? So what I love about working from home is that I don't have to wake up like 2 hours in advance just to put my work face on. The skin hasn't touched makeup in months and it's glowing, isn't it? Not so much. But you know what? I work from my bed, right? And I start work at 9. I can just wake up at 8:59 and boot up my laptop. Nobody needs to know that I just woken up or I haven't bathed or brushed my teeth in months. Yeah, I think I can marinate a little while longer, don't you think so? Then you know what? Zoom calls. Who doesn't love Zoom calls? I can attend meetings without ever leaving my room. Best of all, I can just shut off my video and audio and play games in the background while everybody is talking, not talking. Who talks in a meeting anyway? People argue in a meeting. People are bitchy as fuck to each other in the meetings, aren't they? In a very diplomatic, professional way. They're still being bitches. I think about the worst thing that can happen is suddenly somebody asks me for an update and I go, oh, right now, currently at this game, I'm at level 59 right now. I'm trying to accumulate a little bit more points so that I can get this big reward coming up. Oh, you mean about the project? Hold on, let me dig up my data and try to find a way to salvage the situation. Or the worst thing, when you're trying to share the screen and you show somebody that you're actually watching porn in the background, or heaven forbid, you suddenly stood up to walk somewhere and I have to see what you're wearing underneath. And gosh, man, I don't want to see that you're wearing this bright yellow shirt and shocking pink shorts underneath. Oh, my eyes. Oh, God. I think the only thing that I can complain about working from home is probably lunchtime. Oh, lunchtime. I am entertained by this wonderful Shakespearean epic, courtesy of the neighbor's kid. Let me ask you a question. If you have kids, how many adults does it take to force feed the kid his lunch? There is the grandparents being the court jester, the aunt being the prodigalist, the poor servant trying to force the lunch down the kid who is this absolute prince. And eventually you are entertained by this opera of this soprano because the kid obviously hasn't hit puberty yet. So you have this glass shattering, eardrum piercing soprano crescendo that very soon deteriorates into a horror movie, possession, exorcism. It has it all. Suddenly you hear this piercing, demonic scream, food projectiles flying everywhere, cursing and blasphemy. Well, only in this case, the food projectile and cursing is from me. My mom always says, you know what? This kid needs a spanking. Nah, this kid doesn't need a spanking. Nay, nay. This kid needs a priest. Somebody could come and exorcise that demons. The power of Christ compels you. And yes, if you're wondering, I am sitting here with Jesus Christ staring at me, flaunting my boobs. But you know what? You know what else I like about working from home? The fridge is right outside my door. You know, my mom always told me if I had a television or a fridge in my room, if I died in here, nobody will ever know about it until my rotting corpse starts to smell. Well, it's no different now when I'm working from home because I can just go outside, get my stash of food, and come in and eat. And the smell marinating with my unwashed for months body, well, it kind of starts to smell like a morgue in here already anyway, isn't it? But still, I do go out once in a while, but hey man, it's so nice because the supermarkets are all clear. I can get anything I want. And the fact that I haven't bathed in months, nobody comes near me. Social distancing is no longer an issue where I'm concerned. It's so awesome. I grab whatever I want. But there is just one problem though. I think in my whole lifetime, I stepped into the kitchen less times than Pat Yuso's wife. So occasionally when my mom sends me to the grocery store to buy stuff, I'm kind of like one of those clueless husbands who are there video conferencing with the wife, like, is this the one to buy? Is this the one to buy? Well, yeah, here I am video conferencing with my mom. Is this fresh? Is this what you're looking for? It doesn't look like it, but hey, can you see? Can you see this? Just like one of them clueless husbands. And yeah, you know, the first time I saw them, I was actually laughing at them, like, yeah, you're such a noob. Well, hey, guess who's joining the club? Noob. But, you know, overall, I think employers really, really need to consider making working from home the norm because it helps us employees. We don't have to wake up early. We get the maximum amount of sleep and we don't have to rush to work every day. And you know what? You save, bosses, you save on electricity. I can testify that because my mom complains every month when the electricity bill comes about the amount of air conditioning that I'm using. But meanwhile, enjoy the lockdown because I don't know if it's gonna last any longer. Back to you, Reggie.
Thank you very much, Cheryl. Let's give it up for Cheryl, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Malaysia. Now, if you've seen Cheryl last time, I mean, she's one of our regular performers. You might notice she might have some issue with her sound system. That is all gone now. She got better audio. Congratulations. So for our next installment next month, we can expect her to be here again with better video. Hey, because that was blurry as hell. So hopefully, but hey, still good material. All right. Cheerios. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to move forward into our next open micers. But before that, we are going to conduct a poll in which you all will choose your favorite open micers. All right. So you have seen the open micers, correct? There are 4 of them. And let me remind you, the first one, all the way from USA, is Jumai, you know, the Chinese girl with the wonderful daughter because she's half white. The second one is Zilpha, the one with the material about meeting her soulmate in a funeral. And then the third one is Mr. Yusuf, who avoided going to prison because he got married. And the last one is Linda with the special ability of snorting out her snot. Now, we are going to conduct a poll now of all those 4 comedians. I'll give it to you, organizer. Iti, can we have the poll?
Yes, the host, ready? Are you ready?
We are all ready and waiting. And here's the poll. Ladies and gentlemen, the poll.
Then, some host.
I cannot find the poll, so probably can help.
We have some technical issues with the poll.
Yes, we have some technical issue.
All right, so let's call the next comedian. Yeah, probably we're gonna have the poll after next comedian.
Okay.
All right, very sorry for the technical issues, ladies and gentlemen, but that's okay because we are still going to go through this even with the technical issues. I'm gonna put my cool glasses on, yay! Because we are gonna ride this issue like a champ. Now, we are going to go, we're going to proceed. Oh, now Cheryl is wearing a jacket. After the show, of course, now she's cold. Before she was like, kind of flaunt. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the next comedian, the next opener is probably only exists in the world before the Jurassic roams the earth. He is older than Brontosaurus. However, he managed to outlive all of them. So if you're talking about avoiding meteors, this guy is the best. Let's welcome the next open micer, the next opener, ladies and gentlemen, and also the head organizer of Comeng, Mr. Arlan.
Hi, everyone. How are you all doing? Great? Everybody's looking great. I can see from my screen here. At this time, there are more than 60 participants watching this show. I've been watching this up and down and up and down. It reached 70 the peak. Now let me start with a little bit information about myself. My name is Arlan. And I'm proud to say that I am among the top 3 of the senior comedians in the whole Comeng Club. When I say senior, I mean senior citizen, not the most experienced one, no. So you're talking about age, yeah. Senior citizens are those who are more than 65. When most comedians start at the age of 20 years and retire at the age of 65, 3 of us from Comeng start at the age of 65. And I'm the most senior one because I am 71. I'm 71 now. I'm not bragging out. I'm super excited about this coming today. I've been telling all my friends to come and watch me. And of course, there's a lot of reactions and They say, isn't it too old for you to do the comedy? Why do you have to torture yourself? Isn't it time for you to relax? All kind of questions. And there is one question which is ridiculous, actually. Hey, bro, why do you want to do this? Are you looking for a girlfriend? If you are, my neighbor, she is looking for a boyfriend, but she is very, very young, much younger than you. So I asked him how old she is. And he told me she is 64. And I said, fuck you. There are many, many negative reactions. So I have to answer one by one. So I just give fuck you, 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 fuck you. More than 100 fuck you. But of course, there's also positive. So I said, thank you, thank you, thank you, only 3. Actually, today I like to share a story, a true story, something that happened to me recently. Like 2 weeks ago, I was walking in the mall and I bumped into this group of people, 3 guys and some ladies. So one of the guy came up to me and said, "Hey, Parlan, remember me?" I look at him. I didn't recognize him at all. I never seen this guy before. But I just didn't want to offend him. So I said, "Of course, I remember you." He said, "Yeah, we met 5 years ago. Remember? You talk about Toaster Master, right?" No, Toastmaster, sir. Yeah, Toastmaster. Yeah. No, Toastmaster, sir. But anyway, if you look at my record, my service in Toastmaster, I've been in Toastmaster over the last 15 years and I met hundreds or thousands of people. How could I remember him? There's so many people that I met in Toastmasters. But anyway, while talking, my brain was working very hard, trying to remember who the hell this guy was and where we met. And then after that, he introduced me to the second guy. Remember this guy? I also don't remember actually, but I said, of course, I really forget about him. And the third guy, of course, I remember him. You know, in the last 30 seconds, I lied 3 times. Yeah. And after that, we talked for maybe 5 minutes. And I tried to talk something general because what happened if they talk about university, then they know. They found out that I lied. Yeah. So we talk about, like vaccination, about pandemics, about something in general. So after 5 minutes, then we split. Oh, a big relief. Luckily, they never found out. Then the 2 ladies came back and one of the lady asked me, "Sir, can we take picture?" And I said, sure, sure. And you know what I felt? I felt like I was on top of the world. I felt so flattered. This is how you feel to be a famous celebrity. Somebody wants to take picture of you. So I said, yes, sure. So let's find a good background. So I give the best pose in front of them. And one of the ladies said, "Sorry, sir, I think you misunderstood us. We want you to take our picture." Oh my God, this is the most embarrassing moment in my life. So that was what happens. You know, he said that uh, they met me. Actually, these two ladies were actually from different groups. They came on their own, so it's a separate groups. So it just happened to be together. So I thought the two ladies were from the groups. Yeah. I remember this guy talked about 5 years ago we met. You know, let's not talk about 5 years. What happened last week, I don't remember. You know, this is all brain. So I have to really work very hard to remember things. Yeah. Even, you know, when during shopping at the grocery shop, you know, the supermarket, I was using a trolley and I put my things in the wrong trolley. Yeah, that's what happens with the old brains. Yeah. Now, how the hell these three guys find out that it was me? Because I was wearing a mask. Yeah. So there must have some signature identity that stands out so that I instantly becomes recognizable. Yeah. Number one, I think my forehead is very large. You see. I notice it increases 1 centimeters per year. In the last 10 years, it's already increases by 10 centimeters. So it's all the way to the back, bald. Actually, I'm bald not by choice. I'm bald because of DNA. So I feel that there is something else that make me recognizable. Apart from the shoulder, there must be something else. And that one is my eyes. My eyes is so small. And the shape is like kwachi. You know what kwachi is? Kwachi is melon seed. Yeah. So the shape and the size is like kwachi, and it's very small. So the opening is very, very small like this. People with big eyes like Pa Boy, for instance. Pa Boy has big eyes and the opening is very big. So he's very lucky. You know. But for me, if I see a naked lady with these small eyes, the opening is like this. So when I see the breast, I cannot see that punani, that small little thing down there. But if I see that punani, I cannot see the breast. So I have to go scroll up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. So before sex, I have to do it. I have to scroll back and down, up and down. Yeah. I remember there was this lady, and before we did that, I was looking at her up and down and up and down. And the lady said, "What are you doing? You keep noting up and down, up and down, up and down. Do you want to do it or not?" And finally, I left because I didn't want to do it. My friend was asking me, "When was that, sir?" 40 years ago. My name is Arlan, and I hope you enjoy my show. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Alan. Give it up for Mr. Alan, ladies and gentlemen. He is 71 years old and still just recently actually performing comedy. That is like a whole life right there. Not only that, but we all know Mr. Alan as a very respected figure in the Toastmaster world, especially in Indonesia. So probably, and that will be your first time witnessing Mr. Alan saying fuck. Not one time, but 4 times. I was like, yes, yes, so good.
No, more than 4.
More than 4 probably.
Probably 10 times.
Yes. And it's not like you're swearing. For me, it's not just that you're swearing, but your swearing was well deserved. Those people deserve to be sworn on. Oh my God, I was like, each time Mr. Alan swears, it's like gold for me. Yes, satisfying.
Because
Whoa.
of you. You grew me.
So I'm saying is that if Mr. Alan can swear, so can all of you. Mr. Boy, you're next. Toastmaster Etty, you're next. And every single Toastmaster here, you can do it too. Go ahead, just a little more. Anyway, we are going to proceed. Otherwise, the next comedian, the next opener, ladies and gentlemen, he comes all the way from Semarang, and he's actually, I think he's a vice rector in Semarang, in one of the university there, and he's also my good friend. I personally asked him to be here this evening. So please welcome all the way from Semarang, a lecturer and a very good one and a very handsome one, although he is owned. But hey, that won't stop us. Please welcome Handy.
Okay, thank you, Reggie. Hello, my name is Handy and I'm a lecturer. And one quick question. Well, Reggie was wrong. Am I a good lecturer? I'm not, because I'm here doing all of this. Of course, I'm not. Why? No good lecturers doing this anyway. They're busy on paper and lecturing and stuff doing that. Hey guys, I'm an Indonesian civil servant. PNS, guys, PNS. Yeah. And the most stable job in the world. Literally the most stable job in the world. Why? Because some of us just play solitaire and no one fire us and we got paid anyway. So stable. This is true because I am very stable too. My job is very stable and not affected by pandemics at all. My neighbor, the other neighbor, he got fired because of the pandemic, because the company is bankrupt. The other neighbor there is actually also go bankrupt, his store closing. Not me. I got promoted as a vice rector. My God. I feel bad about them. So in order to maintain their feeling, and also I don't want to hurt them, I did the only thing, which is I think it's right. I bought a new car. Thank you. Just to know that I'm so stable. Fuck them. Okay, now, thing is that during pandemics, I teach online via Zoom, like you guys here. It's very ironic name if you think about it. It's Zoom, but all I can see is small faces here. Damn it, it's not Zoom, right? So I teach using Zoom, and then I make an agreement with my students, right? Because all of them should respect the class. One of the rules is don't be annoying, don't be noisy, don't share useless information. And anyone agrees, and we vote. And then we voted out, and they kick me out because I'm the most annoying. So basically, that works really well. So if you want to have a free class, then you have to do that. During pandemics too, my son studies online. Yeah, at home. I work at home too. The problem about him is that he's very annoying. Why? Because he doesn't wear any pants. He's just wearing undies. That's the problem, right? And then I was so ashamed. Like, I'm a lecturer and my son is like no respect whatsoever to the class, and he's just wearing undies and doing the classroom like that. The teacher would be like, really, I'm ashamed to the teacher. I want to yell at him, but I'm busy looking for my pants because I also, what's the point of wearing pants anyway? Like right now too, actually also, I don't wear that too. So yeah, thing is that like this is good, right? Things work that well. Well, pandemics. Thing is that in pandemics, we need entertainment and we need to go to massage, right? But thing is that no massage place opening. The only place of massage opening is the blind people massage. You know that, the best blind people massage. I went there for the first time and I just realized that the blind people, they are very humorous and open-minded. I came there and I told my masseuse, and it was dark. And I said to him, please turn on the light. I cannot see. And he said, well, I couldn't see too. That's not a problem. Oh, okay, sure. And then I see his wife. His wife is very beautiful. And I said, oh, your wife is very beautiful. And he said, oh, I didn't know that. Okay, that's why I tell you, your wife is beautiful. And then I said to the wife, because I see her and she's a beautiful lady, and I'm curious because her husband is not really good looking. And I said to her like, how that you're so dedicated to your husband, not so handsome husband, I said. And the wife said, well, I'm a blind person myself. Oh, okay. So that's that's the problem. Okay. So this is a situation that made me awkward. I want to change the direction of the conversation. So I said, how did you guys meet? And they said, well, the only place that we could meet is a blind date. Oh, of course, that's a good answer then. My goodness. Then this is the problem with that. They are so funny and I feel like a beginner comedian, so I just go. And pandemic is so crazy and it gives us a lot of time. Statistics has shown that porn website set a record high. Congratulations. During pandemics, porn websites set a record high, and guess what? During pandemics, I started to watch porn. Before pandemics, I watch porn secretly. Now it doesn't matter. Everybody watch porn in public. I don't do that secretly anymore. Everybody just do it. Especially related to Giselle porn, which I'm very sad about it because Giselle porn is the worst porn in the world and it brings shame to Indonesia. Why? First, the duration. 19 seconds is not enough for anything. Not for jerking off, not for anything else. It makes us hard to the use of the porn itself. 19 seconds, I have to make it a video editing myself, 19 seconds, until 10 minutes for myself. It brings me quite a busy time doing that, editing. Second thing is that the lighting is so poor. The style's not good. No storyline whatsoever. So this is a shame to Indonesian publication and also Indonesian diplomacy, because we can see that people around the world, they're looking for porn, and then Indonesian porn, they type it on Google and they found Giselle, and it reflects us all the bad quality. Compare that with the standardized Japanese porn. It has everything on the porn. It has a good censorship, pixelated, right? And also every single women on the Japanese porn, they cry the same. Standardized, Japanese national standard. And also the storyline is good. They have different variation. They have story writer, I believe. That is the reason why we need to do that. We have to reform the porn industry in Indonesia. And that's the reason why I propose Indonesian BUMN working on porn. It's called Bokepin, right? BUMN working on porn. Bokepin is sponsored by our beloved bank, Bukopin. Yeah, that's how we work it out. First thing first, we have to do Sharia porn. Everything must be Sharia. Yeah, before they start, they have to say Bismillah, and also they have to get married, right? No gay sex, please. In this case, Sharia only. Second thing is that we have to have a good story writer. We have to combine Steven Spielberg and Joko Anwar in one work, okay? That's one of the standard. And the third one is that we have to make all the players PNS civil servants. Why? Because they need a stable work of income, and also they can play solitaire and doing nothing and get paid. Thank you very much. I'm Handy. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Give it up for Handy, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Handy. All right. If you want to see and witness the barometer of Indonesian education, you have it right there. Right? So as you can see, as long as we have an educator like Handy, our education is heading the right way. I'm not afraid of the future of our young Indonesians, especially, you know what, Handy is a lecturer in a state-owned university. We're actually paying for that guy with our tax money. Yes, so I can tell that our tax money is going the right way. However, it's getting late and later, and already the comedy is improving. And I say it's thanks for Mr. Arlan. I mean, he started by saying fucks. Now we have fucks and porn. Yes. Before long, we are going to say something else more outlandish. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. It's only going to get worse. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the next opener comes all the way from Britain, the Great Britain, even though not so good anymore because they have exited. But then again, you know, even the worst version of Britain is still the best version of Indonesia. That's why she's there. She is currently in Nottingham, living her full life in Nottingham. See what I did there? So please welcome our next opener, Fatia Saripuspita.
Oh, yes, I unmute myself. Okay. So hello, Indonesia. I am in Nottingham, as Reggie said, and I am not lying. When I first came here, I took a city tour, and then the tour guide said that during World War, this city was not ruined at all because there's nothing here. And I am not lying, that's what he said. So I'm in the UK. That means I don't shower every day. Yeah, and if this smells, that means I know I don't have COVID. But hey, don't judge me. It's very cold here. Even in the summer, it's cold. And actually, British summer reminds me of my 90-year-old grandparents trying to have sex. It will be weird if it's hot. What do you expect? 90-year-old couples having sex. You better watch the porn, just like what the rector said. So, yeah. So life starts to get back to normal here in the UK. After 4 months of complete lockdown, finally the shops and restaurants are open. During lockdown, everything was closed except supermarkets, pharmacies, and my mouth. I mean, come on, you know what I'm talking about, huh? You know why my mouth is open, huh? And handy, we have live porn. Hello. Oh, righty. We have competitors there. So yeah, life is start to get back to normal here. But 4 months complete lockdown was quite hard. And the hardest part for me was when there was nothing on the news except for the number of COVID cases. I mean, no offense to anyone infected and affected by COVID, but having only that on the news, that is depressing. I'm telling you. I believe even the journalists have gone mad because on one Friday morning in October, and this is a fact, not a lie, there's an article on BBC titled John Bon Jovi, "My hair is turning gray and I'm cool with that." How come that made the news? When John Bon Jovi is 58, it's normal for him to have gray hair. How come that made the news? This should be the news. I am 42. People here like to say that I look 25, but my pubic hair is turning gray and I'm not cool with that. We got fuck you, we got porn, we got pubic hair turning gray. Good show. And I cannot hear Reggie, but I know he's so excited. So anyway, I've been in the UK for 2 years and life hasn't been easy for me. I got here in 2019 when the country was very tense because of Brexit. Yep. That time mentioning the word Brexit in a conversation will make people feel very awkward. Like it's like mentioning Voldemort in Harry Potter's movie. But if in Harry Potter's movie, people avoid using the word Voldemort by calling it you know who, here in UK, people avoid mentioning Brexit by saying, you know you're racist, right? Yeah. And 2019 was very tense years for me and my husband. I am Indonesian. My husband is Italian. Every night, we were wondering, like, when Brexit happens, which one of us will be kicked out first? I'm still here. Go fuck with him. And then 2020, we had the lockdown. You know, it's interesting to see how different countries react to lockdown. In Italy, people panic buying food because they love eating with family, just like Indonesians. Here, the British panic buying toilet papers because they know that their food is shit. That's why. Yeah. But the biggest challenge for me here is the language because I'm not used to British English. I learned English from watching TV, and I blame Indonesian TV for putting on too many American TV shows. Growing up, I only had Mr. Bean, right? And he doesn't even speak. I don't remember seeing a lot of British people on TV, to be honest. I remember Mr. Bean, I remember Princess Diana, and Ross Geller's second wife in the sitcom Friends. That's it. But those three don't represent the variety of people I meet here. I mean, look at them. None of them are racist. You know what? This joke never lands well when I tell in UK. And we know why. So from my Indonesian TV, I noticed the difference between British English and American English from the way people pronounce the word water. Like the British, they pronounce it water. You can hear the T very clearly, and the British have to show their teeth while saying it, water, yeah? Because then they can debunk the myth that the British have bad teeth. Although some of them pronounce it water, like there is no T in the word. So now you know which one has the bad teeth. The Americans, they pronounce it water, like with a D, not with a T. And the reason is, well, the Americans are the one who start making fun of the British having bad teeth. While now, they're so damn, dentists are so expensive in the US, they go to Mexico. So amigo, the Mexican are not smuggling narcotics anymore. They're smuggling false teeth. And I learned that there is no one British English. So each region here has their own dialect, where the pronunciation and some everyday words are different. For example, the word up in London and the south area of the country is pronounced up. But in Nottingham and in the middle part of the country, they pronounce it up, like upstairs. The first time I heard it, I didn't recognize the word. I mean, I've known it as up my whole life, almost 40 years, always up. Hearing it pronounced up is like seeing Lucinta Luna before the transgender surgery. Just don't recognize it. And actually, to be honest, I think it's easier to recognize up is the same as up rather than recognizing Lucinta Luna before all the surgeries. I thought naively, I watched 8 Harry Potter's movie. I thought, no, I could understand the British, but no. When I see different people from different regions with different dialects, it's like watching Lord of the Rings. I need subtitles. And in Nottingham, instead of hi, people here say, hiya, you're all right. You're all right. Are you all right? I mean, in the English language that I'm familiar with, that question is asked to me when I fall on the floor, when I look pale, or when I pay the money to people I owe them. But they say, you're all right. But anyway, I like it the way they say it. You're right. I mean, it sounds genuine, you know? It's just whenever I reply to them, not really, they cut me directly. Oh, bless you. But hey, I wasn't looking for an answer, so fuck off. That's how polite the British are. And one of the most confusing things for me here is why people keep telling me that Bob's my uncle. So by show of hands, who knows what Bob's your uncle means? You are normal Indonesian just like me. I didn't know what it meant, and people keep saying that to me. So Bob's your uncle means something like that's it, or there you have it. And they say it at the end of a simple instruction. So for example, I asked someone the direction to go to McDonald's. And then he said, just go straight, look to your right, and Bob's your uncle. Okay. I asked a colleague in the office how to use a copy machine. And she goes, put the paper here, press the button there, and Bob's your uncle. Okay, who's Bob? And are they talking about the same Bob? Or is there some kind of opera show in the UK where everybody gets an Uncle Bob? You get an Uncle Bob, you get an Uncle Bob, everybody gets an Uncle Bob. I mean, who's Bob? You know, I finally learned the hard way what Bob's your uncle means. So when I applied for my visa extension, there is a question in the form. Do you have any relatives living in the UK? Never met Uncle Bob, but I think yes. Relationship, uncle. And here is the reply from the Home Office, which I will read it out to you. Dear Miss Fatia, regarding your application, we have good news and bad news. Good news is you're right. You do have an Uncle Bob. Bad news is he's deported. So no uncle, no visa. And Bob's your uncle. So I'm Fatia. That's my time. And Bob is not my uncle.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Fatia. Wait, you're not really actually deported, are you?
No, Bob is.
All right. Thank you very much for your time, Fatia. And please say hi to your husband. I'll go to Britain, because I think we can get a lot of materials there. I mean, that's just for Nottingham only. You get that much. I mean, if you go to London, you will get a lot of jokes and get mocked at the same time. So yes, thank you very much, Fatia. That's it for our opener session, ladies and gentlemen. Please give it up for your open micers and openers. They have done a wonderful job preparing their materials and absolutely not getting paid for that. So they really, really have a good determination for that. Doing this for free. Hey, me too. Now, anyway, we are going to go into our headliner, and we have to go fast because our next headliner actually will have another show after this show. She is one of the most wanted in the stand-up comedy world. However, before she goes up, I need to remind you that she is raw. All right? And by raw, I'm saying that you have to prepare yourself for a lot of shits. Worse, way worse than what we've had before. Okay? Yeah. So please keep an open mind for our next comedians. Don't get offended because this is a free show, all right? Nobody's paying a ticket, all right? If you get offended, then fuck you too. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Annie Yang.
Well, thank you. Wow, thank you for the introduction, Ricky. I hate you too. Anyway, I think most of you never watched me perform before, right? So I'm gonna say just buckle up. You're in for a ride, but don't worry, I'll go easy on you guys for this time because this is your first time watch me, right? And on my set, I always talk about something important, you know. So let's talk about something important tonight. Now, let's talk about me. All right, like I will introduce myself first. My name is Annie. And if you can guess already, I'm Chinese. Yeah, and Chinese people have this tradition of naming their child and have like this expectation for their child to live up to their name, right? I do have Chinese name, and my Chinese name, if you translated it roughly to English, it means the purest form of love, aka anal. Anyway, yeah, and well, to my parents' disappointment, I am a hoe. It's just kind of like accepted right now. It's kind of like make peace of my with myself. Just kind of like embracing that inner hoe. Like I'm 25. I'm 25 and I fuck more men than my family combined. And that's just how life is, right? One time you get fucked and another time you fucking people. Anyway, Reggie said we have an audience from Taiwan. Well, I lived in Taiwan before. I lived in Taiwan for 6-7 years there, and I love Taiwan. Even though there's nothing interesting happened there, like they're just so boring. And then I think like the government, they think like you know what, we need to do something. We have this all the budgets, but we need to do something. I tell you this. So in Taiwan, there is this one place called Cat Village. So the cat village is where all the government put all the stray cats in that village, and then they put them on the records. They record each one of the cats. That's how bored they are. And on 2019, there's this news that like 2 cats died in that cat village. So the government was like, you know what, we need to investigate this. It's not like we are bored, we just need to do the things with this budget we have, right? So they went there and then they pulled up their records, and then surprise, those 2 cats were not on their records. Oh, fucking immigrants. And like after that, the government putting up a new regulation. They said like, do not bring your own cat to the cat village. Now, who does that? Cat is the most narcissistic animal ever. I know, I have two, right? And it's just, think about it. Think about it. Bringing your own cat to the cat village is like bringing your own child to an orphanage. Like, go on, go. You two can go play along, but remember, only one of you get to go home. I don't care which one's which. Yeah. And I love Taiwan, but don't let this face fool you, because I can't speak Chinese at all. And the first few months I was there, it's a rough year. I cannot order any food because I don't speak Chinese. It's hard living in the country where you don't speak the language, right? So every time I went to the restaurant, I always use this method. It's like point and pray. And you're just like, point and pray, please don't be dog or cat. And it's so after that, I was determined to just like, you know what, I need to learn Chinese, right? So I learned Chinese in order to be able to order food. And I love dried noodles. But if you ever learn Chinese is a tonal language. It has 4 tones, which if you mess up the tones, you messed up the meaning. So dried noodles in Chinese is gan mian. It's like the first and the 4th tone. And I always said it with the 4th and 4th, like gan mian. And little did I know, gan with 4th tone means fuck. So put yourself in that poor noodle shop's owner. Just wake up in the morning, getting ready to open your business, and then this 5-foot girl standing in front of your shop, cursing your family business. And you know what? This pandemic, this lockdown, and you guys, I know you have a job, and I have a job now. And Cheryl said she worked from home. I fucking hate you, Cheryl, because I still need to go to the office amidst this pandemic, and my boss died of COVID last year. And I was the last person in contact with him. And, and according to the health protocol, if you are in contact with COVID patient, you need to do self-isolation for at least 2 weeks, right? But not according to my company, because my boss is Chinese. And then as like I got the results back, and sadly it's negative. So the next day, my company was like, yeah, well, you got your result, it's negative, come to work tomorrow morning. Oh, so my work life is like this game of life and death. Just kind of like, oh, you're still healthy. All right, come back to the office. Maybe you can get it the next round. Yeah. But I think that's why right now we are having this weekly antigen swab test at the office. But recently we're doing it in the rooftop of our company building. So many questions, I know. And then mind you, these people who are taking the test are not professionals. They're people from the HR, right? And after that, one time I was curious, so I asked them, so what's the deal with the rooftop again? Like, why are we doing it in the rooftop? Ain't it more unsanitized, that kind of things? And without missing a beat, he replied to me, it's like, oh yeah, Annie, you need to read more, because the UV light, it will weaken the virus. And but I don't think that's the main reason. I think there's another reason. I think because antigen swab test only need 15 minutes for the result to come back, right? And I think because of that, if someone tested positive, they're gonna throw them off the building. Just kind of like kick them off, just like, off you go, you plague bearer. kind of like that. And this pandemic has been, it's affecting my job, it's affecting my life, and then it's affecting my love life too. I mean, my vagina is drier than the Sahara right now. Nothing's going on. So I do what every desperate people do. I sign up on dating sites. I sign up on Tinder, and I think there's this perk of being a woman on dating sites. You know, and then one time I matched with this guy. You know, we chat and we exchange number, we exchange WhatsApp, and then I text him like, "Hi," smiley face, and then voila, a dick pic. What's with guys and dick pic? Why? What do you think we'll do with that? Yeah, thank you for this picture. I didn't ask. Now, excuse me, I will print this and shove it up my ass. Oh, then like, don't get me wrong, okay? Like, ladies, we do take nudes, right? We do take nudes, but ladies, when we take nudes, we put efforts into it. We find a nice lighting, you know, a good side for face or body. I push my boobs so it looks bigger. Meanwhile, you guys, you know what you do? You just like sitting there, doing nothing, with that mid slop on your hand, just like taking a picture like that. Like, at least you can do is wake him up. Like, or else it will look like the last duck in Chinese restaurant, just hanging there, like sad, floppy, and purple. It's kind of like, guys, dick pics are for amateurs. It's for amateurs. Real men, you go up there and disappoint women in real life. And I'll close you with this now. So, do we have feminists in the room? Yeah, good, because fuck them. Right? I mean, don't get me wrong. I agree with the movement, but just like now I don't agree with some of the like internet feminists. You know, just kind of like hardcore feminists, kind of like social justice warrior, those kind of people. You know, they acting like they're social activists, but there's like a difference between social justice warrior and social activist. You see, if social activists look at the building without the wheelchair ramp, and then they were like, okay, let's build a ramp for the wheelchair people, right? But social justice warrior, when they see a building without a wheelchair ramp, they will, you know what? They will talk to you, and it's like, how dare you using your legs? Or just some people cannot use their legs. Right? And just kind of like that. It's like, why? And also, feminists, like, come on, you tell the world like what? Women can do job, women can work better than men. Like, bitch, why you tell the secrets to the world? Like, now I have to work. I don't want to work like ever. I want to be at home, be a trophy wife, you know, just kind of like be pretty and just stay home. I don't want to work. And I think being feminist will be hard when feminists going on a date, because they're like, you know, they want like equal paycheck, equal everything, equal rights, but you're still gonna pay for the dinner, right? But hey, I agree with that though. I agree with that. I think men should pay for dinner, especially on the first date, and especially if you meet online, because there's a possibility of me getting killed after. So, you know, free food and the possibility of getting killed, fair trade. And that is my time. Thank you. So,
ladies and gentlemen, Annie Yang. And that is why she is wanted. Yeah, because all of her audience are mostly her Tinder match. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Annie Yang. She got to bail because she got another show, and the organizer of that show already WhatsApp me. So my life is threatened right now if Annie is not bailing as soon as possible. Go, Annie. You are being waited by the white collar bullies in Bali, in which more likely will have sex with you after the show. Good for you though, at least you're getting paid, unlike this show. Oh my God, how can you not love her? Right. Thank you very much, Annie. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to move forward and we are going to go into the last leg of the show, which is the last headliner, me. But before that, not directly, we are going to take, of course, this is very Asian culture. Yes, take picture first, have to. So we are going to take picture, but before that, we are going to take polling. So polling first, then take picture. We are going to take polling of your favorite comedian of the first leg with the open mics first. So please, the poll, let me remind you, there is Jumai from USA, Zilpha, who met her soulmate in the funeral, Yusuf Chandra, who almost went to prison if he's not married to his wife right now, and of course AJ with the superhero ability of snorting back her snot. All right, take your time and please participate because your votes mean a lot for these comedians because at least two of them has never performed comedy before. This is very new for them, so your support means a lot. All right, so I've seen some votes are coming in. Okay, and it's racing and racing. E.T., please let me know when the polling is done so we can go into the next poll. But I
We
think
have 1 minute, right, for the vote, so we can close now.
Okay, it's like it's totally like Toastmaster. Please allow 1 minute of silence before the next participant. Shh, silence. 1 minute. Every single competition, that's like the most awkward minute for me. What should we do? 1 minute feels like a long time. All right. So that is the first poll for the open mic. Congratulations for it's pretty close between the performers. And congratulations for Zilpha. You're the favorite comedian. Favorite open micers, my bad. All right, and we have a tie between Mr. Yusuf and Linda. Of course, between bad marriage and snot sniffing, it should be a tie. Right, but thank you very much, Zilpha. Congratulations. Okay, at least you bring good news to your husband this evening. Right on. And we are going to go now into the second poll in which you are going to vote for the opener. And I have to remind you, the openers were Cheryl from Malaysia with her mango boobs, Mr. Arlan, the revered senior comedian of Comeng, Handy, the vice rector from Semarang with the best proposal of the year, and Fatia, currently enjoying everything in Nottingham. So please launch your votes, ladies and gentlemen. We have 1 minute of not silence. All right, you can push your votes. You can gossip about the comedians behind their backs. That's okay. We are so used of that. We are of course strange people, and people gossip about us, especially our parents wondering why we're single all the time. So there you go. All right. Okay, E.T., please let me know when the time is done because I obviously am not counting.
Yes, it is already 1 minute, so you can close.
Great. So the result is congratulations to Fatia. Right. And on screen is her husband's hand. Those are some massive hands. Were you married to a monster? What's that? Is that that's like a very sad version of a spaghetti. Maybe that's like Nottingham spaghetti. It's like regular spaghetti, but sadder. Anyway.
Yeah, that's spaghetti. Just finish the leftovers.
Your husband feed you leftovers?
No, I ate during Annie's performance and I want more, so I finished all of them.
Yeah, because I thought your husband is Italian, not Chinese, because Chinese would fit leftovers to his wife. Congratulations, Fatia. Hey, Jacopo, what's up? All right. And we are done. Now I would thank you for voting in the polls. I'm sure that your votes will mean a lot to the performers. Now we are going to go into photo session. So kindly put on your clothes, of course, right? Make sure that you have decent background. So if you have some poster of a famous porn star, please put them down first, at least for 5 minutes. And then turn on your camera. Yes. All right. And put on your best smiling face. Fake it if you must, like everyday life.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, back to Reggie.
Oh, only once? That's
Yeah,
new.
because the other is not showing everyone. So, do we take picture or no?
I don't know. Do you want to do the usual Indonesian style? Normal style, freestyle.
No, I think it's just.
Yes. Maybe we can take all then. From
Yeah, already take all.
All right, so we are going to take another one, aren't we? Oh my God, the despair. All right.
Okay, already.
Are we?
Yes.
Are we taking another one?
Then are we going another one or?
No, we already keep it, so it's already done. So
already all, yeah.
Done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Reggie.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the committee. All right, we have Iti and Denny Surya, and also Linda, I guess, and Mr. Arlan. Thank you for arranging this show. And we are going to close this show with more. So, how are you guys doing? Good? Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Reggie Hasibuan, and I'm currently living in Bali. So maybe we have some people in here outside Indonesia. Bali is basically the island in which people always escape to because it's very free in here, right? If you want to have freer sex, go to Bali, right? If you are avoiding capture because of corruption, go to Bali. This is the island when we save everyone because things are different here. So currently, obviously, I'm living here. Now, the first time I land on this island, I was in shock because we have a lot of expats. Tourists are from everywhere: Americans, Canadians, Russians, and they all have they all have one thing in common: nobody is following protocols. Nobody is wearing mask. Yeah, and I thought that's crazy. But when I think of it again, it actually makes sense, right? Because why would they think about the COVID as a virus, right? I mean, they already have trouble with herpes. Yeah, I mean, STDs. Now they have COVID. Small thing. Come on, right? Another virus entering the island. Take a line. Take a number. Right? You should go after AIDS. There you go. But even though without protection, everyone is having sex in Bali. Everyone is having sex in Bali. That is why, yeah, in Bali, there is no vampire. There is not a single case of vampire. Because vampire will be like, I want to suck your blood. But who? HIV. I might get infected. If Sesame Street, Count Dracula, is in Bali, he's going to be like, ooh, 1 STD, 2 STD, 3 STD. If Cookie Monster is in Bali, he's going to be like, nom, 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 pussy. Nom, 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 nom. It's going to be Pussy Monster. Anyway. Oh, now you're laughing. Come on. Do I need to explain my job? Ladies and gentlemen, it's crazy here in Bali, and I like it that way. I know it's crazy on the moment that I was on my trip to Bali because all flights were canceled due to COVID. So I have to go by land travel, in which I have to board a minibus and then a boat and then a minibus again. Then I arrive in Bali. Now, before I was allowed to enter Bali, I had to take a test, of course. Now, I was expecting to have the latest test, Genos, in which you only blow into the device and it shows the result, whether you are positive or negative for COVID, not AIDS. But yeah, because that's another thing. Whew. In Indonesia, it is expected that Genos would arrive at the 1st of April. When I was at the dock waiting for that, the officer said, of course, very Indonesian, it's going to be available somewhere next year. Very Indonesian. So I have to take the normal rapid test. So my driver in the minibus took us to the clinic near the dock for the rapid test. Here's what I don't know. Actually, there were a lot of clinics by the docks. Small clinics, yeah, barely seen from the outside. Yeah, that is why each clinics would have their own crier, a guy on the road promoting the clinics. Yeah, so the first clinic had a guy with a beanie hat and a light stick, just going like rapid, 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 sir, rapid, 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 rapid. That was the first clinic. And actually, the competition between clinic is severe. So the next clinic would have almost the same guy going like rapid with snacks, rapid with snacks, rapid with snacks. The third clinic, rapid with Wi-Fi, rapid with Wi-Fi, rapid with Wi-Fi, sir, rapid with Wi-Fi. I was enjoying that inside my minibus. I was looking for rapid plus plus, sir. The only rapid with happy ending, rapid plus plus. Actually, the driver of my minibus did not go to any of those clinics. Instead, he made a turn and went into a dark and small alley. I was like, dude, where are we going? And my driver said to me, sir, don't worry, sir. Don't worry. We are going to go to best clinic, best. It's the best because you will get the test even before. You will get the result even before you're tested. I fucked up that one. Right? And sir, it's also best because the result is always negative. Wow. And that's how I get into Bali, by taking a very redundant test. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Reggie Hasibuan. I'm the first English-speaking comedian from Indonesia. Ooh, I have been doing comedy for 10 years, and look at how far I've gone. Performing online comedy for free. Who said dreaming? Now, but seriously, I have performed quite around Southeast Asia, and you know what? It's not easy because I always got stereotyped. I always got racially profiled. I was in Singapore for a show, and I said to the audience, Indonesians, make some noise. And the only applause I got were from the dishwashers. And even then, they were like applauding like awkwardly. They were like, bro, Indo, bro. Really, Indo? What is he doing on stage? He should be here with us washing dishes. Very improper, very improper. I was in Malaysia, the same thing, right? Because they asked me, hey, you, where are you from? Indonesia. Oh, Indonesia. Wash my car. Clean my toilets. Look, They thought I'm a mate because I'm from Indonesia. No, 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 no. I'm not a mate. I am a comedian. You know what's the difference between a mate and a comedian? Mates make more money. But at least traveling here and there, ladies and gentlemen, I finally realized that my country, Indonesia, is quite famous. Yeah, people across the globe know about Indonesia. We are in every news, never good news. For example, you guys still remember 9/11, the Twin Tower? Yeah. So actually, there were 2 Indonesian workers in the Twin Tower. But that morning, when the tower was crashed and crumbled, they were safe, they were unharmed. Because that morning, they were late. True story. I did not make that up. You can read the news, all right? You want to know what else is real? Fast forward to 2013, Boston bombing. So a bomb blasted in Boston Marathon near the finish line, killed a lot of runners. In the marathon, there were 2 Indonesian runners. When the bomb blasted near the finish line, they were safe, they were unharmed. Because when the bomb blasted, they were 1 kilometer away from the finish line. And that is why, ladies and gentlemen, if you're wondering, how come Indonesians like to be late all the time? How come we're late all the time? You see, it is not just a force of habit, it's actually our defense mechanism. Being late literally saved our asses. Okay. And that is why I think Indonesia might not be the richest country in the world, but we're quite something, especially the way we handle disasters. Let me share something with you, all right? Okay, can you guys see the screen? All right. What you see on your screen is Jakarta. And as you can see, it is flooded. Yeah? The brown thing is basically our capital city. But how do we handle flood, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to tell you how we handle flood Indonesian style. Yeah? Imagine if you got hit by a disaster, especially a flood. Okay? What would be the first thing that you're trying to save from your house? Yeah? If you got hit by flood, what would be the first thing that you save from your house? For Indonesians, the first thing that we are going to save would be cigarettes. Because there is no way we can live without cigarettes. Yeah, we can live 7 days without food or water as long as we have cigarettes. That's how we survive. Our lung is basically 80% nicotine. Yeah, and that is why even though with COVID, we make COVID our own way, that even we can still smoke while following the protocol. Even when the flood hit our capital city, we always have this guy. We always have guys like this, you know, just going out like a bad guy. What's going on? Huh? What's going on? Flooding? Yeah, just like every day. Despair, so what? I eat despair for life. What else is new? That's just, we are so used in having shit in our life. That is why getting flood, just smoke it away, ladies and gentlemen. Also, aside than smoking, you know what we do when flood is coming? Open a food stall. Why not? Because everyone needs food, right? Yeah. Not in the middle of the flood, not on the side, right in the smacking middle. Because you know what? the reflection from the almost drowning street sign would give a good romantic hue when you're eating, right? Just ignore the floating rubbishes. It's everywhere. People need food and they will eat right in the middle of the float, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, but we are talking about like lower class people. How about upper class people? Are they suffering from the flood? Of course not. Yeah, in fact, when flood occurred, it's the perfect time to flood your car. Like this guy. As you can see, that car is a very expensive car. It is so expensive that it comes with its own internal plumbing. Police sold separately. You know what else my people do when flood is coming? Huge water coming your way. What should we do? We do naturally what other people would do. Fishing. Yeah. I don't know why.
My God.
This is not Photoshop, ladies and gentlemen. This is like real picture. I do not what are they expecting to catch in that water? Probably not fish, but something else. Shoes,
No,
probably.
he doesn't catch
Also,
fish.
clean. Yeah, Mr. Alan?
No, he was catching shit.
And then, of course, clean your testicles and also selling ice creams. I wonder where the water will come from. Again, we are talking about Indonesian people. How about tourists? How about foreign people living in this country? How will this affect them? Ladies and gentlemen, foreigners, expats in Indonesia, they know how to live like a local. So when flood come, they enjoy it just like locals do. There you go, right? And these are not like your regular tourists. These are like white people working in oil companies. These are like expensive, are white people with expensive clothing. But you know what? We all need a good profile picture for our social media because nothing can beat this if you post it in your Facebook. You have climbed Mount Everest? Look at me. I survived Jakarta flood. That's better. And I'm making millions also. But these are like the rich white people. How about the poor white people? You know what? If you can't go to Bali, you can still enjoy surfing in Jakarta when it's flooding. So ladies and gentlemen, again, these are not Photoshop, all right? We are forgetting one group of people. How about the millennials? How would millennials survive flood? Of course, millennials survive floods like millennials usually do by taking picture. Yay! Do not want to miss the moment, ladies and gentlemen. FOMO is a disease. So yeah, more flood, more water, more content. Guys, hello. I'm almost drowned right here. Look at the water and look how pretty I am. Woo-hoo. But everyone was enjoying flood in their own way. Office workers, government officials, right? So you know what to do, right? If you are living in Indonesia or if you are visiting, when flood comes, the first thing that you have to do is take your cell phone and take a selfie. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is not the Asian thing. It is not the Indonesian thing if we only take and survive flooding without taking advantage, right? Because flood can be made as a business. What kind of business? The most creative one, of course. Pre-wedding picture. Again, not Photoshop. Yes, Yes, Fatias, show Jacopo. You missed this, right? You missed this, yeah? Because taking pre-wed picture on the beach, too mainstream. Taking the picture in the beautiful mountain, too mainstream, right? Look at this picture. It says a lot of things. If your marriage can survive floodings with children laughing, it will survive the coming years. Not only pre-wedding, actual wedding. Right? Okay? Yeah. Just in case there are water that will actually in between your way to your receptionist, to your wedding reception, don't worry. Hire a boat. Or you know what? Have your wedding on a boat. Who else have ever had a floating wedding? Huh, that would kick ass, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I'm saving the last 2 pages for you because this is so good, all right? The previous pages have nothing compared to next pages. How do Indonesians survive flooding? Entertainments. Yes, please show Jacopo again, Fatia. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen, these boys right here, they still smart. These are still smart boys because when the water raise, they lift their arms, they lift their chairs, they lift their legs. I'm sorry, they lift their legs, right? They even slept on the chairs so they won't get electrocuted. However, not all boys are like them. Some boys are even more hardcore. I present you our future generation of this country. That is why this country is unbreakable, right? Because if the disease in the water can't kill you, if the electricity in the water can't kill you, you can survive anything, ladies and gentlemen. And that's it for my set. That's it for my PowerPoint. Let me go into. Let me close my set. So, what I'm trying to say is, ladies and gentlemen, we may have issues living in this country. I mean, as an Indonesian, I have issues, but there's a trick to it, right? Because as an Indonesian, I have to admit, my country is not the richest in the world. Indonesia is not the smartest in the world, but Indonesia is the most stubborn in the world. Because check this out. Indonesia was hit by the biggest tsunami in the world. Not long after, multiple volcanic eruptions. Not long after, earthquakes. Many things of natural disasters have hit up my country. And you know what's the result of all those disasters combined to Indonesia? Indonesia used to be number 5 as the country with the biggest population. Now we're number 4. We're actually growing. So whatever Mother Nature was trying to do to kill us, she's not doing it fast enough. For every dead Indonesian, 5 more will pop. And that is why you don't mess with a country that can self-regenerate. Thank you very much. My name is Reggie Asibuan. Right? That's all for my set. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, and that also conclude. This is very awkward, closing for myself and closing the show. But thank you very much for still joining in. Yeah, we still have like 43 people watching right now. Thank you for your patience. You are either giving us your full attention or you're asleep on your computer, in which both ways we still appreciate it, right? Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 3rd installment, I guess, for Comeng, for Comedy in English. I hope you enjoy the show. If you would like to be a part of the show, if you would like to try and become the open micers, please contact the administrator, which are Ilios in the middle of the screen, Dennis Surya, and also Linda. All right. If you would like to, sorry, gas. Okay. If you would like to know more